Hey y'all, sorry, I'll try not to be too loud. Great, thank you guys so much for coming. We are Neptune. We are very, very excited to be here. My name is Marks.
My name is Hal.
We have Grant, he's our third team member. He is just as much as part of Neptune as we are. He just, presentation-wise, it just didn't work out. So, us at Neptune, we started with a vision. And this vision first originated when I was on my mission in Miami, and I would bike around, and I would see trash everywhere, specifically plastic. And I was confused. It seems like this is something that we should have conquered by now. It seemed like it's been a problem for long enough that we should have a solution. But we don't. So I came home from my mission, and I went and asked Grant if he saw something similar. He served in Brazil, so yeah, definitely, it's way worse there. And we decided we'd put our heads together and see if this is something that we wanted to tackle. So we looked into it, and we found that single-use plastic, hence the name, you use it once, very briefly, and then you throw it into the environment. And it sits in the environment for up to 1,000 years. It's a long time. And us at Neptune, we've developed our solution that we are very, very proud of, and that is our biodegradable plastic, which has all the functionalities of normal plastic that we are used to, the conventional stuff. However, it's gone in 5 days. We're very proud of that.
So this is how we're doing that. When Grant and Marks approached me first about this problem in September, one of my first thoughts for a solution went towards shrimp shells. And generally shellfish waste. Shrimp shells, we don't have any other use for them. They're a byproduct of the seafood industry. And I began extracting the main polymer in shrimp shells, which is called chitin. And from there I invented a new process to manufacture plastic film using shrimp shells. So these are the products we've been able to invent using this new method. We've made grocery bags, plastic packaging, and a styrofoam substitute for packing peanuts. And we are very excited. Nothing like this has ever made it to the market before. And so after I made these prototypes, I came back to Grant and Marks and I asked them, we started to ask ourselves, how can we improve upon these prototypes? How can we make it so that our plastic is comfortable and familiar for consumers? It's something that people want to use. The first thing that we needed to overcome was the cost. It was just costing us way too much money to produce $20 per kilogram of material compared to the $2 per kilogram of material for conventional plastic. But we're excited to say that after almost a year of improvements to the process, we've been able to drive that cost way down to $4 per kilogram of material, which is much more competitive. We also knew that it needed to not last in the environment, and we asked ourselves, how long will it take for this to degrade in the environment? So we took one of our grocery bags that we made and we buried it in dirt, and after 5 days there was no evidence that anything resembling plastic had ever been there. Also, we knew that we didn't want this ending up in oceans, so it is water soluble. After about 60 seconds, it begins to dissolve in water, and it is water resistant, so if you're carrying grocery bags in the rain, you don't have to worry about your bags falling apart, but once you submerge it in water, it begins to break apart. We've also made significant progress since you saw us at Thursday's showcase. We have begun using plasticizers to enhance the stretchability and also water resistance of the product that we've made.
So we have this fantastic product that we are very, very proud of, but we have to stop and ask ourselves, do people actually want this? The answer is yeah. 71% of people consider the environment when they shop, and 41% of people would pay more for an eco-friendly solution to packaging. As well, this couldn't come at a better time politically, where China and India recently said that they were no longer buying recycled plastics from the United States. So we have nothing to do with our plastic. As well, California and some European countries are in the process of banning single-use plastic, as well as Hawaii, which they just announced on Monday will be doing the same thing. With this huge problem comes a huge market. In 2025, it's projected that we as humanity will spend $269 billion on plastic packaging. And we're very excited to disrupt this market, and we'll be doing that by first perfecting our engineering, making sure that our product is exactly the way it should be, as well perfecting our manufacturing processes so that we can license this out to people who have the not only capital but the means to take this to market as quickly as possible. And that way we can fulfill our vision of sustaining the earth with sustainable plastic.
We are very excited and feel honored to be the first ones to present this new technology to you today. Please, if you want to experience this product for yourself, come talk to us after the event. We'd love to show you how great our product is. We also have Grant, who has brought some samples that we've made, so the judges can experience for themselves what this plastic is like. Thank you very much. We'd love to answer any questions that you have.
Yes.
I have a question. It seems to me that you are relying on shrimp shells or exoskeletons. Tell us about your supply capability, and given that shrimp is one of the most environmentally unfriendly seafood items on the menu, how are we going to get around that part of the problem?
That's a great question. Yeah. So we are using chitin, which is the main polymer in shrimp shells. Chitin is the second most abundant polymer on the planet after cellulose, and so we're never going to run out. It's found in shellfish, mushrooms, insects, and our first thought will be to go to shrimp deshelling facilities in Washington and Oregon, where they produce large volume of this waste, and they have nothing to do with it. They just throw it away. So if we can first get that high volume amount of shrimp shells, we think that would be where we would start first.
Yeah, and if I could just add something as well, in India, it's where they produce a lot of chitin. They're only about 20% capacity for what the production is, so there's still about 80% of the chitin that they still haven't made from the amount of shrimp waste that they have over there.
Sounds like water bottles probably won't be the first application.
No,
that was the idea for the first one.
Maybe in a while.
Yeah.
Are there any other trade-offs in using this compared to plastic, like leaching, taste, smell,
Totally.
durability, flexibility?
Yeah, so we've made significant progress since we started. Just like Hal mentioned, we use plasticizers now, and it's a lot more like plastic. We're jumping all these hurdles bit by bit, and we're getting closer and closer. I think the only thing left is just that it's got like a slight tinge, so like a smell.
What about like a yellowy color, a little bit of a yellowish color?
Yeah, like a slight yellowy color. We're not. I mean, these are things that we can tackle. We're trying to go for like the most important stuff first as we progress.
With where the technology is today, what do you think the largest end market is?
Yeah, plastic bags, plastic packaging, air bubbles in packages. Those are the three things that we're trying to tackle right now.
Awesome.
What about IP?
yeah, we are meeting with patent lawyers right now, starting to get a provisional patent ready.
Yeah.
Give it up for Neptune. One more question.
One more question?
Always 5 days. So if you're like walking out of the grocery store on day four and a half.
They buried it. They don't know. It could be a half an hour.
That's a great question.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah.
So yeah, there is some variability. Water is what initiates the degradation, so in drier environments it might take longer, but it is very similar to throwing out food. So we know that on geologic time scale, you're not going to see something where it's lasting in the environment.
Yeah. As far as shelf life, we haven't found the end yet.
So in high humid areas, it's going to be okay as you go from manufacturing to distribution to stocking in grocery warehouses until they get it out on the shopping.
Yeah, so air humidity isn't as big of a problem as you think it is. It is water resistant, so I mean, just in humid air, it will stay intact.